previously on Curse of Strahd, you entered the Amber Temple. You managed to clear out some berserkers, some sort of wild men of Barovia. You managed to take down 3 flame skulls and find a couple of magic items, a rarity in these here parts. So you've just finished a short rest. You are all in this room kind of together as we start the session. You're happy with everything else? Do we need to recap why you're here? You're all right with... Okay,
I'm
so
just up for the ride.
What would you like to do?
Right, while we were short resting, Dave, while we're having our hour of rest, I'll trade in my 2... well, no, I've got full sorcery points, haven't I? Can't go above. Hang on. Let me think what I want to do.
I thought you could do that fancy thing where you get unlimited gym.
Well, all I want to do is I'll trade in one of my packed slots for the sorcery points to be able to get my first level spell slot back that I've used, and then I'll get the pact back after the short rest.
Okay.
Sounds. That's it. Sorted.
So, as far as what we're doing next, we originally wanted to try and make our way to be able to get back outside, but we need to work out what the deal with the statue is. So do we want to continue on round the hall this way to see if we can... Because if I remember rightly, Dave, did you say that
we're in the secret corridor, aren't we?
Well, the fireball came right from like the central hood of it, didn't it?
Correct.
And you said there was yeah. So if we maybe can get behind it, it might not be able to fire backwards at us. I don't know. But I'm thinking maybe rather than go down the stairs, maybe we try and clear the floor clockwise round and see if we can work anything out with the statue before, getting fireballed in the face again.
Then Dan.
Yeah, I'd say Dan or Mark, because Mark's resistance and Dan's immune.
Yeah, I can open unlocked doors at a distance as well. Yeah, just to be on the safe side.
I can fail to open
throw the key.
unlocked doors.
Spinning at the same time.
Well, I can thaumaturgy or mage hand, depending on
so
easy.
unless there's any other
hide behind
suggestions,
the wall and have the door open, and then if anything explodes, we won't be there.
We've investigated everywhere we are.
It only exploded because I stepped into the room. Opening the door, I don't think was the issue. It was me walking into the room, I think, was the problem.
So we're not going this way, are we?
Well, I think that'll probably lead, because we know this is a lower area. I think that'll lead down there, just underneath.
Under the mez, yeah.
Yeah. So I would suggest we clear the floor we're on first, rather than go up and down.
Yeah. So
I'm cool with anything that involves me getting to hit things.
But we've searched these other 2 rooms, haven't we?
Correct.
Yeah, you're up to date. You haven't, just for the sake of fullness, because I've opened up the vision blocking from here. You haven't actually been down here. You opened these doors. When you open these doors, the fireball, this is a darkened area, an area of magical darkness. The fireball came from that direction. I've had to open the vision blocking for that area there, so it kind of linked everything, because otherwise it was ruining the vision block. So going through these doors, who's opening? Where's everyone standing? If you want to position your, because Casimir's still with you.
I'm always happy to go first because I can generally regen and take hits like a crazy loon now. So.
Do you want me to? So we'll just all stand. No one stand in front of the door, and I'll open it magically just in case. Then we'll go in our normal order.
Have we opened this one, Dave?
Yeah,
yes.
we looked for as far as the stairs, but didn't go down them.
Okay, I'm gonna hide in this corridor then whilst he opens a door.
Casimir is going to do the same, actually. Yeah, okay. So everyone happy where they are? Yep. Let's open the door for you.
I'll make a good distance back and open the door.
I'm not a fan of long corridors anymore, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, so torches in sconces illuminate the dining table in the centre of this room. Covering the table is a magnificent feast that fills the hall with the rich smell of cooked meat, sweet vegetables, piping hot gravy, and wine.
Crap.
It smells,
Looks and smells delicious.
I'm not eating any of it. It's bound to be babies or poison.
I'm willing to step into the room, so I'll just very carefully move into the room to.
I'll have his back. I'll go in with
I
him.
was really hoping there'd be another passage further on, so we could go round the back this way.
This will be above it, though, won't it?
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, we shouldn't really be able to see that bit there to go through there. But I was really hoping there'd be a corridor going down the back.
Well, maybe there is.
Well, there is a double door here, which as Jarek was stood here, and with what you've seen so far, you'd have been able to see that. So that's a raised platform from the floor. These double doors can only lead there, which you would know anyway. But this is, for all intents and purposes, a very opulent room. It smells delicious. It looks delicious.
But there's no one around.
As you step into the room, nothing else happens. I do have a little bit of housekeeping because I've got concentration on Mark and Jim. I'm assuming that's Hex and Hunter's Mark. That after an hour, I believe, drops.
Yes, that's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I'll tell the others that there's no, seem safe. Come in if you want.
I wasn't expecting a full spread, so I don't know.
And I'll move in the room and
investigate
if any of
investigate the table. I'm not going to eat anything, but I'll have a nosy.
Damn right, I'm not eating anything.
Yeah.
Babies, isn't it?
Secret bastards.
Let's have an investigation from the tiefling and the human, then, please.
I shall.
Investigation. 14.
Did that roll? Oh no, it's just taking its time.
It's taking its time.
Yeah, natural one.
Natural one. Casimir's going to move what the way. So Casimir took hits last time, just so you're all aware, and he's an old elf anyway, and he's sort of walking with a bit of a limp now. As you, Akxikas, as you approach, it's illusory stuff. Your hand goes straight through it. You can't tell anymore. Jarek, as you go through these things, the table is solid, but all of the food and everything shimmers except for one green ewer, one green little jug in the centre of the table.
And do I know that because I've touched it, or
no? Everything else has shimmered. You've just seen that it didn't shimmer.
It didn't shimmer when I put my hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you knock the table and it kind of.
Shall we wait 10 minutes for detect magic?
I say, is the table quite steady? Can I just tip it over?
Do you want to wait 10 minutes while Dan does his little ritual of doom, and we can find out if it glows or not?
All I'm thinking is
you
had dreams and they were solid.
Ritual.
Yeah.
I have detect magic, detect poison, and purify food and water.
Wait, there's
All
no food or
rituals
water.
that could be things.
There's no food or water here. We've already worked that out.
Unless there's something in that jug which we don't know yet.
Yeah, unless there's something in the jug.
Technically, we're all food and water, or purify us. We're all food to something.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that.
I don't think I'd want to eat Akxikas. He's been like,
me and Dan
eating babies.
That's why I'm purifying him.
Me and Dan are
sweating shits after eating that baby.
I don't know. Are you something we particularly need or want, or?
Well, we don't know. But if it's magic, there are such things. There's like the jugs of infinite water and possible handiness. It's only 10 minutes, isn't it? We'll let Dan do his little thing.
That's 10 minutes to find out if it is magic. Can anyone do like an arcana and find out what magic?
I can do identify.
Yeah, because I can point it out to Mark, and then I'm well back.
Well, that's 11 minutes. Then if we can wait 11 minutes,
an animal.
we'll do it.
Yeah, ask the druid if the jug's an animal.
Yeah, after Ted's
if we're willing to do a ritual,
mineral.
If we're willing to do a ritual, surely we go straight with identify. Because if we detect magic and find out it's magic, we then also do identify, and that's 22 minutes.
I'm assuming everyone will wait for me. I'll sit there. I'll
wanted to wait for
do me identify ritual for the next 11 minutes.
6 minutes in, we all leave.
Okay. Okay. So you grab hold of the ewer, settle to sit down. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
Ball back. I'm getting attacked by a jug.
Yeah.
it's a minute.
Was this before or after we walked off, Dave?
Oh, it's on
Oh,
the
for
other thing.
fuck's
That's why I
sake.
couldn't find it.
You even fuck's sake, look what I got.
How did
You
you
got
roll
a 0. How did you get
I
a
get
0?
-1.
Speedy Gonzalez.
That's a lot of spectres.
Yep, I got a 3.
That's a lot of spectres.
Spectre.
I'm assuming, Dave, although you've
I
taken
need
this
to
from Baldur's
slice a
Gate,
little bit of celeriac. I'm going to come
And
back.
they're not the beholder spectres, I take it.
Hold on, one
Dave,
second.
although you've taken this from Baldur's Gate, I don't get to know which spectre acts exactly after me to go after that one yet, do I?
You can. We'll see.
Yeah.
1 second. So Mark game.
Arugula.
1 second.
Wombat.
Adam's going for Wombat.
No, Dan went for Wombat.
Beg pardon.
I didn't hear what you said this time. That usually
Celeriac.
okay.
Yeah, use that one.
Yeah, blatantly what I was going to pick.
Plantain.
Plantain.
Sorry?
Yeah. Quick.
I wasn't quick enough.
What's
Um,
attacking
What's your
Dave?
favourite thing then, Adam?
What?
What's your favourite thing?
My favourite thing.
Yeah.
My
If you
own.
had a choice.
I'll
No.
have a think.
Can't do it. So as Akxikas sits and settles, Jim, did you want to move Rokkr to prepare for the? Where would you be, or were you staying there, mate?
Where is he?
It's just
I
in
can't-
the-
We enter.
Well,
I was
by the way.
moved myself.
Okay.
Last
Yeah.
time we
So
got in the fight, you went on
Let's say I was
cycle.
in the door.
yeah, cool. So as Akxikas sits, grabs hold of this ewer, from each of these lights and from the corner of the room, these ghostly spectral figures enter. The first one, this side, is going to move straight towards. Oh, wait a minute. Map tools is not giving me. So 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, straight towards Akxikas.
Tell it to leave me alone. I'm going to be killed.
No, Mark, not again, please. You did that all game last game, not today. Thank you. It's going to be 20 to hit you.
Yes, that obviously hits.
That's 10 points of necrotic damage. Would you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Won't you can't make me.
Oh dear, saving throw.
Is he
You,
within 10 feet of me?
Actually,
Is he within 10 feet of
you-
me?
what's that? That's 7, isn't it? I am going to. He's probably going to do naff
Hold
4.
on,
wait,
hold on,
Mark. You
Within-
have passed.
Oh, I've passed.
Yes.
And you within 10 feet of me, you got +4 anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a
Okay.
star. Right. So what was it? Points? Did you say 10 points?
10 points of necrotic damage. Rokkr, you have seen all these
Oh,
spectral
reactivate.
figures appear. Okay, go on then.
So it's what's it in it?
Yes.
Reaction.
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh God. Sorry, folks. Jeez, I'm such a tit. Here we are.
Oh,
Reaction.
There's
Hellish
just
Rebuke.
there's just shakes. There's no nods. Yep.
It's Dex DC 15 Dex saving throw, Dave. for
Okay,
your
thanks,
lad.
mate. 18.
Oh, so that is half damage. Let's have a look. I can't find it.
I was boring with the pictures for the spectres. I just went for the same picture.
I just literally gone around and looked at each one.
Souls. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's half of that.
Rounded down is 10. Okay, and as you're that close, Mark, Akxikas would notice that your fire erupts. It travels through it. You're aware of the fact that it's dodged out of the way, but even so, it doesn't seem to be taking as much fire damage as you would expect it to.
Right. Okay.
Which takes us to Rokkr's turn.
Doesn't bode well for Ted.
You, Jim, Rokkr would automatically know that these things are going to be resistant to normal arrows and silver arrows, so it doesn't make a difference which one you use.
Okie dokie. There'll be normal arrows. Or as I'm close, and should I be going for the blood spear?
Have 'em!
You use your anti-spectre arrows that I know you've got.
He's got a ghost trap on the end of an arrow.
Much better at hitting with my. Is there such a disadvantage at short range for my longbow?
Only if you're in contact.
Only in melee combat, I
And you
think.
stood next to them.
Yeah.
Only if I nudge you.
Yeah.
With
It's
some
not your
food.
turn. You can't do that yet. You can nudge him for the next turn.
You can use his
Yeah,
reaction.
So,
I'll use my reaction to tickle your ear just as you release the shot.
Blowing it.
You don't maid marrying him, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Probably get Colonel Gaddafi. Do you know what happened to him?
Uh,
No.
I can't remember. But no.
Hunter's Mark
Well,
Yep.
he was dragged out of his car, beaten 3/4 to death, then shot in the anus and left.
on this
Ooh.
guy.
Got
And,
him.
it
Yeah.
caused him to pass away in immense agony several hours later. And I don't fancy it.
And then I will shoot him with my arrow.
Sure.
25.
Hits.
Doing 8 damage.
Okay, so that's
Oh.
halved. Hunter's Mark. What kind of damage is Hunter's Mark, mate?
Hunter's Mark is a D6. Sorry, I've
It-
just.
It's the same type as the weapon. It just adds it to the weapon damage. Same type.
Okay, gotcha. So that hits, Jim. You've got 2d6s and your normal longbow damage to roll, whichever order you want to do it. Right, it's all going to be resisted. So that's 4.
Better.
And 5, 9 in total. Yep. Okay.
So, third attack, which is my
Dread ambush.
thingamabob, because I've got what you call it.
Red Ambushar. Is this is
Red-
force damage as well, isn't it?
Should do an extra 1d8.
Of what type? Does it say what type of damage?
Just
If
says
it doesn't,
one additional weapon attack of the weapon's damage type.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
No.
14 hits.
14 hits. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
These. Yeah.
Ghosts are usually relatively easy to hit, but hard to hurt.
12 and a
Which
D8
seems weird.
plus a D6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, for snake eyes.
Oh. However, that is enough to kill it.
Whee!
How would you like that incorporeal figure to disappear?
I'd like to think as each arrow hits it, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller until that final arrow just sort of.
Nice. Yeah, sounds reasonable. Anything else from Rokkr?
No.
Okay. Spectre number 2 is going to go on top of his dead mate and reach towards Akxikas.
A bit weird.
I'm not saying it again, Dave, but I'm thinking it.
I know. 17 to hit Akxikas.
Yes.
Have you not got the shield spell, mate?
No.
No. That's 9 points of necrotic damage. Constitution saving throw, please.
Right. I've still got +4, have I?
Yeah, as long as you stay within 10 feet of that. As long as you're in that little bubble and you're just in Dan's bubble.
Passed it. Nice one, Mark. Although get ready on that Constitution dice. Next ghost travels through the table. Let me just make sure. 5, 10.
Right,
15,
I'm noticing a
20.
theme here that if we all walk away, they're not going to chase us.
Attack on Akxikas, 10 to hit.
They're all going for Akxikas.
I have specific instructions. So what's going to happen now is the Spectre in the south corner, this one here, is going to travel through Casimir. It's going to travel through Nik. But it's not going to stop in your space, so you get this sort of cold shiver run down your spine as Nick's spinning around. You see it coming through you and passes through you. Doesn't cause you any damage.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
Yeah. If, yes, you would. Yeah, and in fact.
As with Casimir.
As with Casimir. Do you want to roll yours first? Or I'll tell you what.
Nick screams like a little girl.
No different to normal. Just before I do, because my character will always default go to his mace, would I know enough to know that I'm guessing a magical weapon's going to have more impact on the ghost than not?
Yes, correct.
So I'll draw the axe instead, even though I'd normally reach for the mace. So
yep.
15, I think that was.
15 hits.
7.
Full damage, nice. So it's a solid hit. Casimir, as it travels past as well, he sort of hisses a dagger releases from inside his wrist, and he stabs it, forming its incorporeal form to shrink slightly. But it's a mighty pass with the Yester Hill axe as it takes full 7 damage from that. Did it attack Akxikas yet? No, it hasn't.
No, not yet.
So, Mark, yet again, mate.
Yeah.
10 to hit. Come on, Mark.
No.
You're going to survive this, I'm sure of it.
Me.
Yeah. Spectre at the bottom is going to stay inside the table. He can't. You know what? I'm going to get him to. Let me just check they can fly. They can fly over, so he's going to fly over. Mark, that's 22 to hit you.
That does hit me.
That's 11 points of necrotic damage. Would you make a Constitution saving throw, please? You still have +4. 18, you pass.
13.
11.
11.
Yep. Sorry, mate. I always go over the damage too quick now. Nick's turn.
Yeah. Leave? No, okay, no. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? I will attack the one right in front of me.
Okay, the damaged one.
Is that the one right in front of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you got map tools back, dude?
Yeah, I'm all on. I'm just using my phone rather than trying to switch back onto computer for talking. Cool. So attack that one. Sorry, lightsaber noise, natural 1. It goes floppy. So my first attack was a natural 1.
Nice.
Yeah, disappointing, I know. I'll then attack the middle one.
Yeah.
Can't hit that one. I'll move on to the next.
19.
19 hits.
This is radiant damage. Is there? And these count as undead, right?
Correct.
I think so.
I will be getting an extra D8 from my sword. So that's 12 from that, plus an extra D8. That's 15 radiant damage.
Nice.
And
it doesn't.
That one has. Gone.
No, go on.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack because of the sap. That's 3.
Okay. Disadvantage. Let me put a. No, that's no good.
it can be AFK, that's fine.
That mark, I'll put squeezing on it. However, as and you would have noticed from your first swing, as you ignite the sun sword or the sun blade, it exults in your hand. You still get this feeling of just pure joy coming from the sword as the blade erupts, and all of the remaining spectres are shying away from it as if the sunlight is affecting them. You haven't done extra damage to them, but they're not happy about it. Which takes us to the last spectre. They all rolled very well on initiative.
Do you have protection from good and evil for yourself?
Yes, that's a really good idea, actually.
The last Spectre moves into position, and you can tell as you spin round in dread, Akxikas is taking all of these hits. The skin, you're starting to look dehydrated from all this damage. The last one reaching towards you is reaching a lot slower than the others did. He only rolls 8 to hit.
He's missed.
Yeah. While all I'll tell you is, while the Sun Sword is out, that's pretty much doing protection from good and evil anyway.
Okay.
If you get my meaning.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one more Spectre, actually. This one hasn't moved yet. But, Fester, your turn.
Oh,
They're all clumped together. Fireball them.
No.
Didn't roll
No,
initiative.
I was tempted. Don't get me wrong.
Stop it now.
Mark.
I mean, you get Akxikas and Nik this time.
Yeah.
You could get Jarek in the mix as well.
No, you can aim it so he doesn't clip me.
Yeah,
And
but why would he?
Casablanca.
And that's the thing. As soon as the room appeared, I started measuring stuff. I'm like, yeah, I
If in
can
doubt,
fit.
fireball it.
I don't know what to try and hit him with. What have I seen has done some reasonable damage to them so far?
Reasonable damage would be well, it's actually Casimir's turn. I forgot to roll initiative for him. Do you want him to have his go because he's going to cast magic missile, which will give you more of an indication?
Yes, please.
Okay. Fire, they seem to be resistant to. He's going to cast just a. Let's have a look. Which 13? He's going to cast
Sorry,
a.
Did you say resistant?
Resistant to fire, which makes no difference to you anyway.
No, it doesn't.
Thank
you.
He's going to cast a second level magic missile, which will be 4d4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4d4 plus 4 is 12. Yeah. So 4 bolts of magic fly out, spin round, and hit this Spectre. And as each one hits, it tears away part of the sort of its incorporeal form, and the last one goes straight through its head as it turns to nothing. And that seemed to do full damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, go on then, Ted.
Right, so seeing how many are still. So there's
That
5
was
still
force
kicking
damage,
around,
wasn't
yeah?
it? So we know that's
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Hungary. I may as well, seeing as the magic missiles seem to work so well.
On it.
Sorry, it's just the late realization that they're only resistant to fire. So put me off slightly.
Yeah, that's a
Thrown me.
bummer for you, isn't it? You have, don't you?
No,
pull
no,
up
it's
in
fine.
the-
Because I was thinking they were not taking fire damage, but clearly they weren't.
Yeah. Oh, they
But
took
now
it.
that
but
I found out,
resistant.
that they're only resistant to it, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Go for it.
So
With some pasty.
Ted put the feat to ignore resistance to fire damage.
yes. So we'll go with a second level scorching ray, I think.
Okay, which one first?
Fuck's sake! I miss having 2 screens. I really do. Damn Juliet going back to work. The injured fella.
Sure. Roll to hit.
I get 3 of these. 17.
17 hits.
Marvelous.
Exactly what you need to kill it. Yeah.
Get in.
Marvelous. And then we have. I'll go for. The furthest one, so that badger.
Yeah, he's the only one that hasn't moved yet. That's a good move, Ted. Yeah.
Yeah. So 22.
22 hits. Nice if you crit with Scorching Ray. Come on, Ted.
Mhm.
Oh,
5. You have a feature to roll extra damage, extra dice, don't you? An extra D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just. I think it's once per turn. I'm just throwing that out there for possibly this last one.
Yeah, I'll just go and check it first to make sure I know. I think it is an extra D8, isn't it, on fire spells?
Fire or healing, if I remember rightly.
Oh yeah, because I do that occasionally.
I'm still in awe that you've managed to create a party of everyone that can heal. 3 that can do radiant damage. You are the perfect. You can't be far off the perfect Strahd party.
And none of us are healers, but we can all heal. Yeah. See what we did there?
Well,
You did.
it'd be in my traits, wouldn't it? Why can I not see it? Here we go. Enhanced bond. Yeah.
Go and slice another sausage because it's going to be some time before my go again.
No, I need the goose in effect.
Ah,
You're
right,
next.
okay.
Yeah.
He's next.
He is
so-
next, yeah.
He's going to have a slice of his sausage.
So no one had slice or sausage.
He said it's because it's going to be a while till it's my go, but he's next.
I know, Adam. Get over it, mate. Give me your word, because you might be magic item in it.
Yeah. So the last one at the same guy.
Okay.
21
What's
hits.
your word, Adam?
I
And you're
don't
not
know.
allowed sausage.
My head's not really working with it tonight.
That's
Ooh.
4,
the
not
unlucky?
3.
Okay.
Because my ones are 2s,
Okay, right.
and it's 5 damage.
No, he's back.
Okay.
Mate.
Is that 10?
Just realised that I haven't even had
No, but that was just me casting a spell, hasn't it? So I've got a bonus action.
Yeah.
I may as well like play with some magic balls.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
What
So
was
you
that?
summon your magic balls, Akxikas.
Right. I shall. This turn, I just feel to sort of conserve myself a little bit, so I'm going to. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to have to spend 2 sorcery points to make. Oh, hang on. No, I don't need to. Hang on. Being a tit, just for a change. I'm going to Misty Step. It's a bonus action anyway. I don't need to speed it up. And how far does that get me again? Oh,
30.
30 feet.
30.
To somewhere you can see.
He's going to drain the mongoose.
Behind.
Well done, Jim.
Bounce to there.
Nice.
Then I am going to. I can only cast a cantrip now, I believe. Is that right?
Correct.
Yep.
Right. So
Only warlocks had a good cantrip.
I am going to attack Aspector. Hang on, which one am I going to go for? Is the question. Fuck it, this one. What is that? What is it to get your little doozer again? Little pointy.
Spacebar.
I'm doing that. That's not doing anything.
Left click in the middle of the screen, and then there you go.
There we go. This one that's taking some hits here.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm quite happy for you to roll one at a time. So roll
Right,
to hit this one.
First one.
Yeah.
17.
17 hits. Roll your damage.
Nice. 14.
Wicked. It was on 13, Mark.
Sweet.
Or you know what we didn't do? Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So the next one, I'm going to go for. Oh, let me click off myself. No, this one. Oh, sorry, this one.
Gotcha. Roll to hit.
So. 20.
Yep.
Oh, that's rubbish, but still, 6 damage.
Okay.
And that's going to be me done.
Okay, Jarek, you're up. No movement, Mark, sorry.
Oh, actually, I can move. Sorry, I thought, yeah, I am going to move. I'm going to move even further away.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very well. I'll go to there.
Seems fair. Sorry, go on, Adam, you're up. He's in.
Right.
Okay, go for it.
$26 to hit for 9 damage.
Yeah, bizarrely that hits. Anything else?
No, nice and easy.
Okay. Rokkr, you're up. 3 left.
3 left. I might as well try and kill this guy. No, yeah, this guy here. Let's go for him.
Yep.
We will. Apparently, 4
Hits. Yep.
Just awesome. That is
13, half to 6. That's a shame. He is all. Oh, hello. Did you put your hunter's mark on first then?
I would have
You
done.
would have done.
Yeah.
I didn't say that out loud, did I? Apologies.
It's okay, mate. No problem. So you've used your bonus action this turn. Your first shot takes that spectre down. Its incorporeal form just dissipates. One more shot.
2 left, isn't there?
One more shot. So that is. Let's go for this lad here.
Yep.
Booyah. Oh, that's a 1. So
That's a 1.
I thought that was a 20.
Quite the opposite. Any movement from Rokkr?
Just a quick. That's it.
Do a little dance. Spectre's turns. This is the one inside the table. Let me just double check. There. Okay.
Makes the table come alive.
Yeah. They've got a move of 50. 5.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it's coming for me.
That's quite a few attack of opportunities, right?
Yeah, a couple of attacks for opportunity.
Yep.
We've got 3 on it.
Yeah. So Jarek first, then Nick.
It didn't go past me, I don't think. You didn't drag it past me.
2 in the doorway.
That's very honest of you, Dan. Yeah.
Right,
17
I'm
to
doing
hit.
that. Hopefully the other one comes past me.
Done. Rokkr, opportunity attack. You can use your blood spears just over your shoulder, so that would be the obvious choice. And Ted, you need to make a melee attack as
Does
well.
it have to be melee?
Yeah,
Look
for
at the
opportunity
wall.
attack.
15.
15 hits. Blood spear damage.
Guessing burning hands
Come on,
would
lads, give me some
have to
plastic.
be actually
Not
in
no.
that.
You need feats for that kind of thing. Gotcha, Jim.
3 plus. It does 2. It does damage and then it does. Wait. No, why have I got 2? Why does it mark as 2 down? I've got one that says 1d6 plus 2 and then.
It's
Well, the
versatile. So 2 hands or 1 hand.
So you use it one
so
hand
that
for
would have
the
been 1 hand,
two
so
hands.
it's the first.
Yeah.
One, which is the whatever roll that was. I can't remember now.
Yep. Got it.
Sorry.
Right, so to hit, I'm going to try and hit it with my boomstick, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of magical. So if you just make a quarterstaff attack, is it? I don't know.
Oh, it's
It's a magical item, isn't it?
Yeah, magic.
Yeah.
so it's just it. Why have I got two different things? I've got bludgeoning 1d6 and a symbol, and then bludgeoning 1d8.
It's D.
Same
it's-
reason
have
as Jamie.
you got anything in your other hand, Ted? Or are you using? Have you got the stuff in both hands?
Ah, is that it? Is it
Yeah.
two-handed?
If you wield it two-handed, it's
In
the
all
best.
fairness, I had created some magic balls, so I'm guessing it's in one hand.
Up to you.
It's up to Dave.
Right, roll to hit. Staff of fire to
That'd be a
hit.
no.
10. Ah, misses anyway.
Yeah.
So, I just need to check its sunlight sensitivity when the spectre has the radiance of your sword is 60, isn't it?
It depends what type of light, though, if that makes a difference, or even though it becomes dim, does it still count as sunlight?
While in sunlight, no. You know what? I'm going to give it a normal attack then because it's dim past 30 between.
But is it still sunlight? Yeah. It's still sunlight, it's just dim sunlight, because it says the light is sunlight,
Okay.
so all 30 feet is sunlight.
Okay. 30 feet is sunlight.
Yeah, it's 15 bright, another 15 dim.
Oh, okay. No, it's out of range then, yeah. Okay. No, Mark, that's 19 to hit Akxikas.
That hits me again. I don't get his +4 now.
That's 12 points of necrotic damage. Constitution saving throw.
Did you get +4 anymore?
No,
No, we ran too far away.
I think I've
Nice
passed
one, Mark.
anyway.
You've passed. Nick, you're up. You're aware of the fact that there's a spectre still behind you that hasn't acted yet.
Please kill it, because I'm really not very well now.
10. That's 10.
Yeah.
Hit it twice.
Go on.
This plus 8 because it's undead.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, D8. So 18 radiant on the first hit.
Nice.
Come on, son.
Um,
Give it some pasty.
Second hit is a dirty 20 for this plus another D8 for another 11.
Wonderbar. How do you want to kill that one?
Aggressively in light.
Okay, so you've got plenty of movement left.
I've got 20 left. 5, 10, 15, 20. How close? That puts Mark in my aura, the light there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. You're a good man.
Yeah, that.
No, not if it's 15 and 15. No.
It's not. It's 35
Oh,
away.
is the light that we've got on the thing not accurate?
Yeah, they're just each square's 10 feet.
Okay, but when I say the light on the thing, when I click on my character, I've got. You might not be able to see it. I've got an aura of light that is covering Mark.
Oh no, that's bigger than it should be by quite a way.
Yeah, that's big then. It
That's
should
what I
be.
was going off. That's what I thought Mark was in it.
That does take us to Casimir, though. He's going to read the situation and he's just going to cast a first level magic missile again.
He's got a lot of magic missiles.
Yeah, he likes a magic missile. I mean, it's force damage. You can't go wrong.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no argument. He's just like literally, he's just a little bang of magic missiles.
8, 9, 10, 11. Is that enough? It is.
Just a second ago.
Who was me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at a picture. Kurt sent a tiny picture.
Was it his penis?
Yeah, he sends me a lot of those.
Okay. So, all of the spectral figures. All of the spectral figures disappear as you're sort of spinning round left and right just to see if anyone else is coming. Nothing else seems to have changed. Now that the spectres have gone, the room itself, everything that was illusory, so that the illusory lights, the food has all disappeared. All that's left on the table, and it's just spinning, as if it was knocked and settling, spinning, not spinning permanently, is the ewer.
Oh, I assumed Akxikas had run off with it. That's why they were still chasing him. I was
Well, you
literally going to say afterwards, is like, did you not think to put it down?
I don't know why they were chasing me, but they just were.
Akxikas, can you stop pissing around and identify it now? I want to know what it does.
Okay, sorry.
Come
What
on,
it was,
back, mate. It's all safe.
It summons angry
Sorry, and I
spectres.
will try and do that again, Dave.
It just
Okay.
summons angry spectres. That's all it does then.
Every time he touches it, it summons more.
Casimir's going to move further into the room. He's sort of checking his wounds. So 11 minutes pass. The spell reveals to you that this is an ancient Barovian item. It's not one that's on D&D Beyond, so you'll have to sort of write this old hand. If you put any poison liquid into it, it instantly transforms it into an equal amount of sweet wine. Furthermore, a creature that grasps the ewer's handle can command the ewer to fill 1 gallon of wine. It can only do that once per day, refreshes on the next dawn. It goes without saying that in Barovia, this is literal gold dust.
Gold.
I think that we might be able to use that to barter with the vineyard a bit more.
I will pass it. I say this belongs to everyone.
I think we can
We'll
get
all
drunk.
benefit from this, and I will pass it to Jarek for safekeeping.
Bag of holding for now.
Okay, you
I'll
happy
go-
with the description then?
Yeah, I'll go and create an item and just pop it in the bag of holding just as a temporary thing.
So we can put poison in it, and it turns it into wine.
And it can just make wine from nothing, and a lot of it. All we need to do is get some bottles, some empty bottles, and we're in business.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can afford
fuck killing
plate armor,
Strahd.
we'll be able
Let's
to
just make
afford-
some cash.
we need to get some plate armor for Dan before
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
moves
we can-
everything around, cream get the money, dollar bill, got one.
With this, we could
drink
literally
shot.
run the were-ravens into the ground, run them out of business, ruin their entire family. We've got an evil campaign going now. Let's just ruin people's lives.
Do you have an official name? Because I've just named it Winemaker 5000.
Sure.
That's
The
it.
Jesus jug.
That was a good guess.
Nailed it. Anyway,
We'll call the jug Vinny.
so we'll assume Mark's fine and work out what we're doing next.
He's not fine, though, is he? Let's be honest. He needs a bit of a hug.
You'll be all right.
Well, if he needs a hug, he should cast Grasp of Hadar on himself. He likes casting it on party members normally.
Should I just give him a quick healing word?
I'd wait till he's
What's the
down.
word?
He's yeah.
Just
I'd
heal.
wait till he's down. He shouldn't be on the front line anyway, so he shouldn't take hits. If he does, it's his own fault. We'll heal him then.
So we'll be healing him in about 10 minutes.
Probably so.
Turns out this fight was the one time he needed to stay in the front line and not run out of everyone's range.
And the one time for once, he actually retreated to the back of the party. That boy's a whole world of special. Right. Yeah, I was really hoping for a way round here, but it looks like we might have to go through the door.
Search the walls. Hit them.
Well, yeah.
Hit them with sticks. See if any of them are illusionary.
Well, it's either it's check for if there are secret doors. If not, it's does one of us want to open it?
Secret tunnel.
A fireball from
Secret
this angle?
tunnel.
Well, have I heard that secret tunnel song before?
Have you ever watched Aang, The Last Avatar?
No, that's oh
mate, it's a fucking banging cartoon.
It's
Yeah.
amazing, Mark.
So search the secret doors just to try and avoid going out there. But if not, we're going to have to go out there.
Perception or
I just-
investigation.
I
While
just- I just-
we'll do this while Akxikas is doing his what's it then? Identify, shall we?
Yeah.
I thought that was the world's tallest can then, Jim, and until I realised it was 2.
Oh, it's
Hang on,
just a piece of cheese.
I thought it
21.
was Games Workshop primer.
Oh, I just remembered what I've got. Hang on.
Yeah, there's nothing concealed. There's you're pretty confident there's no secret way out.
Okay. So we're going to have to open the door and work out whether it's the opening of the door or the stepping in the room that triggers anything, if it triggers anything from this angle.
Okay.
Can we stand in a locked door and let the magic hand open the door?
Yeah,
Also,
well,
in no
I would suggest we probably let Mark's Thaumaturgy open the door the first time with no one near it. And then if it needs someone to step in to take a hit, I don't mind doing it. Because again, I can regen up fairly easily.
Beer for work. Which
Yeah,
And,
for work.
Also, Dave, I'd like to make the note of I'm not retracting my blade. I think I'll keep it out for the entire time down here now.
Seems
So it's
right.
not a bonus action to.
Does that seem reasonable? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. So Akxikas has been called upon Thaumaturgy to open the door to the east.
I'm going out of the room. Out the room.
Everyone else is out of the room.
We're out of danger thing. In fact, Dan,
Hang on,
you
which
can
room?
look through the slits so you can see if anything happens if you go a little bit further down.
Oh, so there wasn't any secret doors then?
No. I rolled quite high, so I felt confident.
Hi, my art says I can see the what's it?
Yeah. So
I
Dan,
can see the actual statue from that angle.
I'm going to stand. I'm happy where I am. If opening
I'm
it doesn't
getting back into my corridor.
if opening it doesn't trigger anything, I'm going to then walk through and step through, watching the statue to see if it triggers anything.
Sure.
To try
Okay.
and get an idea of what, if it's a trap or what. Or yeah.
Gotcha. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce the fact that this statue here has the face of it, the cowl has magical darkness over it. As this door swings open, you can see a black marble balcony overhangs the northwest corner of the temple, the floor of which lies 30 feet below. Nearly half of the balcony has fallen away, and obvious cracks have formed near its ragged edge. Nothing else happens when the door opens.
So I will go as far as to just step 5 feet into the room there.
Okay. Adam, how much in total does Jarek weigh?
Alex.
He's just a little one. I remember him being halfling.
I'll tell you, because you've got plate armor on, I'll tell you the number that I'm after. It's saying 250 pounds, which I believe...
I'm going to clear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, going for plate armor.
As you step onto the balcony, I'm going to ask you to make a saving throw then, just to see if you can pull yourself back. Is there anyone else that can do anything to help? No, everyone's moved out of range, haven't they?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's have a think. For me, it's going to be a dexterity-based saving throw.
Is this to avoid falling or
yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably dex to avoid it, or whether there's then a strength element to try and grasp on without.
Do you have inspiration?
I do. So are you wanting just a straight dex saving throw first?
It would, yeah. Unless because you're not going to have acrobatics, are you?
3.
Okay. Roll 3d6, please, mate. 11. So you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Are we going to allow you to roll that off with your heavy armor mastery?
I don't think so, no, because if anything, falling in heavy armor should hurt you more.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy not to reduce that.
So you guys, those that can see, Akxikas, you're probably the only one that can see, is as Jarek steps out gingerly, you hear it sounds like a thunderclap, a volcano, something loud as Jarek disappears.
Do we hear a little?
I think you probably heard a swear word.
We definitely hear him hitting the deck.
I think Wilhelm scream, surely.
I think you hear a very loud swear word.
In which case, in true fashion, language.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Well, I think it's safe to say we'll just go round and go down the stairs.
Okay. Well, I assume I'm prone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Before
blank
we
your
go
screen.
down-
I'm just gonna blank your screens, gentlemen, just for a second.
You leave my screen alone.
Because it'll need to load anyway. Let me know when it's loaded up.
So with that, Dave, whilst that's loading, when Jarek went down, because from that angle he was kind of behind the statue, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No fireball.
Nope.
So let's not go down the stairs, because then there is one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on 26 to 27.
Me too.
If I just do that, has that done it?
Still
26 to 27.
Okay, that's it. Well, it doesn't matter because we. I mean, you're kind of still prone. So, what do you guys at the top want to do?
I'm in.
Yep, I'm in.
I'm in.
What?
So you should be able to flick between the two now. If you go to select map in the top right hand corner, you've got Amber Temple lower, which is the map you're on at the minute that just Jarek is in, and then you've got Amber Temple upper, so you can scroll, pan back, move around.
I've got my own dungeon floor.
Right, so I'm guessing we heard him fall. So
Oh, you heard me. I think everybody in the temple heard me.
So
Right,
running's
would you
double
like
movement, isn't it?
Spider-Man to go and investigate?
Sorry, say again, Gemma.
Would you like? Well, you're on the ground floor, so you can't really participate in this. But would we want Spider-Man to go and investigate?
Yeah.
Or
I
do
think that's
we get to the door and realise that he's fallen through? So somebody like myself could possibly go and see what's what.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, while they're doing whatever, all Jarek essentially will do will be standing himself, dusting himself off, and kind of looking around the room, and that's about it, really. Just while
I'm looking sheepish as you just fell through the floor like a lap fad.
more just
Right.
cursing shoddy workmanship.
So I'm
Where there's blame, there's a claim. I expect gold.
Every time I fall
precipice.
through the floor, I always
Yeah.
blame that.
Has the entire
work out whether
floor
it looks.
given away, Dave?
Oh, 1 second, Ted. Go on, Jim.
No, Ted.
Yeah, it's all gone. There's not enough to grab hold of. It was on the verge anyway. There were cracks were running through. There's bits that would help Jim climb down, but for the rest of you, it's going to be quite difficult unless you do something.
Right. Okay. So I'm getting to the precipice, and there's no floor left to step on. It's literally like descent. So I have climbing gear.
Okay.
So do I.
I will climb down and set a climbing route for my fellow companions to.
Awesome. Okay.
Descend.
Yep. I'm going to use the word carabiner.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's one of them involved.
And pitons in the wall.
Several, I'd hope.
Pitons. So there's now a way up and down without any ability checks. For anyone other than Rokkr, it'd perhaps take a minute, 30 feet, perhaps 2 minutes, a minute.
While I can see Rokkr doing that, all I'll do is very quickly, keeping to the wall, I just want to peek into that corner because that's the only open area that I can see.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not going far.
Yep.
And leave it at that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm sort of now down in the bottom, aren't I?
Yeah, I can take your token in a second. I'm just going to read this to Adam, and then we'll leave Adam there. Jim's arranging his bit, and then we'll figure out what the rest of you are doing. So, Adam, you can see the amber doors that once sealed this great stone room have been smashed, their pieces lying amid crushed bones, armour, and weapons. Let me just have a quick read of this. Yep. Okay. Okay. So what did the rest of you guys want to do at the top.
Well, as Jim's left is a nice little trail, so are we going to go down?
I've had an idea potentially to deal with the fireball statue.
Machine.
What would happen if we force caged Wall of Force a spear around its head, and then it just fireballed itself as the fireball hit the inside of the thing and hit its own blast radius on repeat?
You actually wouldn't be able to see the wall of force because they can't see through darkness unless you. No, warlocks can if they've picked feet, but I haven't. But yeah, they won't be able to see the wall of force, so they wouldn't know it was there.
Has anybody asked Adam if he's all right?
No.
No.
Yeah, I've
That
seen
might
him
be an
before.
idea.
No, that's not a good use of that.
Or I can do an invulnerability thing, which fireball can't damage us in.
I didn't mean put the thingy around us. I meant put the spear around its head.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, that's just another option.
See, this is once again leading me into like Last Avatar, because fucking pew pew head man when they wrap his head in metal and it just explodes.
Let's do that. Ted said it worked.
It did.
He saw a documentary on it. It works.
It was, yeah.
Yep, climb down. So.
Oh no, it was Boomy Boomy Spark Man. That's it.
Oh yes, he was the he was the nails fellow, wasn't he, with the eye?
Yeah,
yeah,
because they fucking contain his head, don't they?
Having not seen this, I hope you use their actual names.
You don't know the legend that is soccer.
It's a brilliant series, mate.
I
It
know
really is.
Alan Shearer.
Last Avatar is banging. I recommend it to anyone.
Right, so where's everyone else moving to? What do you want to do?
I'm going to let somebody else move before me because I'll die if I get hit with a fireball.
Down the rope, please, Dave.
Sure. Is everyone going down?
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm near the back.
Okay. What I'm going to do, if you just leave your tokens for a second, what I can do is copy. And then move you all en masse. Hopefully this is going to put you in the right douche place. Near enough. So you're all behind. Okay, so you all now see this this open room. You're downstairs. Pillars here. That's the statue. You look up for this into this magical darkness where the cowl is. This is the open room that Jarek's just looked into. You do have an entryway here that's just open. Statues seem to be lining every so often. There's double doors to the end here, and this dotted line is where the balcony opposite you on the east side is. The dotted line here is where the rubble from Jarek falling through is. Okay, what we're doing.
Do we want to find a way back upstairs? Oh, of course, we can just run across. Hang on, so directly across here is the stairs up, wasn't it, in the main hall?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that as a way out. We also saw there was another set of stairs somewhere over this direction. Do we want to clear that bit first? Because that takes us back up to the balcony we've just come from.
Just thinking that also JMO could possibly climb up to that other door that was on the balcony that you fell through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave,
and obviously it's more carabiners for us to climb up.
Carabiner.
Does my magical sunlight penetrate the darkness?
Justin Hawkins doesn't like it.
And I've also read the final paragraph. If we want it, it is possible to extend it up to 30 feet and 30 feet for a 60 feet total
okay
radius
right.
if we want more light.
Yeah,
It just
because
takes an action per 5 feet.
Gotcha. First thing I was thinking is because it's a very, very big room. I just wanted to make sure the statue is 40 feet tall. Yeah. So
I'll hold the sword up so I can get it in the bright light.
okay.
Just.
Just
You can stand on my shoulders.
So I'm genuinely going to ask you this, Dan, because you're more likely to know than me, or Adam even. It is magical darkness as the spell.
the sword doesn't say sunlight as if the daylight spell had gone, so that would be up to you whether it would be the daylight spell which is given it.
Yeah, no then. In which case, yeah,
it's technically a cantrip level.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't override it.
Yeah.
No, it's not still there.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not giving anything there away. It has to be magical darkness. So yeah.
So it can be dispelled.
So it could be that the darkness itself is what's doing it rather than the statue. It's just something enchanted in front of the statue.
We don't know. Can you dispel magic, Adam?
Yeah, but I don't feel like burning one on that until we understand it a bit more.
Well, until we can see it, we can't. Unless you fancy walking in front of it, see if it fireballs you.
I mean,
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you are. I can take it.
Yeah, you can take it. Your nails, actually. Yeah, just go stand in front of it, see what it does.
As a group, are we feeling time constrained? Because I could do a detect magic and see if there's anything other than that. I'd need to get on someone's shoulders, because again, it's got a range of 30 feet.
You wouldn't be able to see anything glowing in the magical darkness, though.
You sense magic in this way.
Ah.
I can then see a faint aura to see what it is that's going to sense.
10 minutes.
Well, no, it'd last for 10 minutes, so I could do the ritual, and then for the next 10 minutes, I could. if we're pressed for time, I can use a spell slot to do it. If we're not pressed for time, I'll do it as a ritual.
I don't think it really gains us a lot.
Try it anyway.
If it's understanding what you need to dispel, it then lets us move around this room without being fireballed, which is quite useful, and lets the wolf in.
Forgot about the wolf.
The wolf's still outside.
As soon as you said let the wolf in, there was a cat on Mark's bed. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not been harassing me today. I don't know if he's not unwell.
I don't mind, Dan, if you want to try that.
To be honest, and if you don't want me to go on the shoulders, if whilst I'm doing this, Gemma puts a little bit of climbing stuff a couple of feet, like 10 feet or so up the statue, so I can go up it.
How much climbing stuff have we got?
I mean, actually, as a joke, I bought a ladder for the bag of holding right near the start of the session. Get the fucking ladder out.
I don't recall there being a ladder in the bag of holding when you handed it over.
I shared the gif of me pulling it out.
That's when I had it.
There's no ladder in the bag of holding that you handed over.
That's because no one wrote it in.
Well, why aren't you writing stuff in if you buy it?
This is a lettuce. Small, crunchy,
You
green.
can't buy things and not add it to your sheet. It doesn't count.
It's not my sheet. I'd never have the bag of holding. There's a ladder in it.
I mean, we have multiple amounts of rope.
Yeah,
we have a corroborating ladder story, so I'm quite happy for you to have a ladder in there if you want a ladder in there.
Climbing gear, pitons, and three separate
pitons,
hammer, climbing gear includes all of those. Some rope.
So with the 10 minutes, 11 minutes it takes for the detect magic, you can detect an aura of evocation from the spell itself. You can also, is it through stone?
You can use your action to see. So I can sense magic in this way. I can use my action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. I learn its school of magic if any. It can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of dirt or wood.
Okay, you also detect transmutation magic from inside, which is localized. So the aura is evocation inside that evocation, and it seems to be moving. And it seems to be, as you're getting the sense from it, there's something inside the aura.
Mark, fireball it.
No, Dan can detect if it's a fiend or an undead, can't he, with his paladin powers?
It's like the attack on the Goblin Castle from Labyrinth. There's a little goblin inside him.
Just hit it with a fireball. Get whatever's in there out.
I'm not wasting 5 charges till I know there's something to hurt.
Does the statue look cracked? Could we push it over?
I think it's quite a big statue, isn't it?
Indiana Jones it.
Is the short answer is going to be no unless you come up with something fancy.
I'm a badass.
Yeah, he's got a lightsaber.
You are pretty fancy, in fairness.
Yeah,
I'm going to climb on it and just leave my sword in it for a few minutes.
I mean,
in it a bit.
And
if you won't
do you want
fireball it,
to
I'm
channel
going
like
to have
an
to
earth
have
tremor
left
through it?
fireball options to you.
Oh, don't make Adam fireball it because that'll hit me too.
It doesn't matter where he is.
Oh, I missed the statue completely, but I got
How many
Nick.
charges does your staff have per day?
20. So I've got.
It's only a quarter.
Well, but I can only use 3 without draining it completely, and I'm not going to do that.
No,
Unless-
I'm going to drain it completely. It's only using a quarter of your slots.
well, it's using a third because I said I'm not using the last 5.
Yeah, but you can use the last 5. You just use 4 rather than 5 of them for something else.
Well, okay, fair enough.
I'm just thinking, if there's something moving in there, we're going to have to waste some form of resources.
Stand back then.
If you don't want to do it, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, you can
Well,
fireball.
I'll do it.
Hang on, I can talk Ted into this really easily. Ted fireball.
Well, it's up
Okay.
to you. I'll leave it open because I say I'm happy to do it. But if Ted feels to do it, he can happily do it. And as he hasn't done it yet,
Oh, yeah, and if it's anything that's a resistance to fire, Ted bypasses that.
In all fairness, it only cost me 3 charges as well.
There we are.
I know I don't have as many charges, but
Ted
get a
fireball.
bonus
Fireball the
for
face to
fire.
statue.
Sort of a tuned druid. Do you get
I'm just annoyed that it fireballed me and I want revenge.
that?
so Onos, Dos.
So where do we want to stand? Where do we want to stand before he does this? Because I have a feeling the next bit's going to be wrong.
Wherever Ted is absolutely behind him, properly behind him.
I'm going to stand there, so I'm kind of, yeah.
Where am I?
You're right in the middle of it.
Whereabouts?
Well,
on
I
the
was going to
fireball?
go. We've fallen down. Am I sort of technically in this corner looking at the other platform, or have we not got to that point yet?
I think
Yeah,
we've
you
gone
can,
over
Jim. You can go over there, mate, if you wish. The double
well,
doors
kind of
in
that-
front of you are thick amber double doors.
Yeah,
Is
so
this
I'm.
the thing I'm fireballing?
Yeah, the head.
Sorry, James. Sorry.
The centre of that ball of.
Yeah. at
Let's
front.
say, yeah. So prior to this would have been my
Sure,
sort of
boss.
plan. Obviously, get Dan up there, and I'm over here looking at a way up onto the other platform. So let's say I'm off the floor level. Maybe I'm somewhere midway.
Sure.
Covering bases.
Okay.
Anyone else want to stand on the door?
Is it anybody else moving, or we just?
Well, I'm happy where I am.
I'm happy where I am.
Where are you
now.
going? You really want to go there?
Me?
Why is Castamere moving right next to it?
Because
It's
it's
up in the
on
air, isn't it?
facing forward. It's on the front of this statue.
No, I forgot that the statue's 40 foot tall, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all right. So
How do
it's
we
fine
know there's a statue in there?
because it's 20 foot, isn't it? The
Oh, so we can
fireball
see
range.
poking out the darkness.
Yeah, let me just reduce the. I'll see if I can take some of the vision block off it, Mark.
Shush.
You
know, when I said the cat hadn't harassed me yet, and I thought he might be ill, well, at least I know he's not ill. Shut
That's good to hear.
up. No, it is. I don't want vet's bills. Just forked out 350 quid for this aircon thing.
right. If you, I've tried to reveal a little bit more of the statue to you without giving sort of too much. Oh, hold up 1 second, Walker. I don't reset you, lads, just yet. Yeah, try that then. So you can see a little bit more of the statue. Anyway,
Go
I'll
for
do
it
yours.
first.
Right, so we're at the side of the giant man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more than happy to do this if everyone wants me to.
I figure you get to throw a fireball. I get a bit of revenge if there is something in there. Worst case scenario, there's nothing in there, and the fireball does nothing. You wasted 3 charges. That's the worst. I say that's the worst case. Things could go horribly wrong.
it could cause a lot of noise.
Yeah, we have no idea what's actually going to happen. And I do apologise in advance if this gets any of us killed. But it threw a fireball at me.
Yeah, let's throw one back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 charges have been spent. So that's only the. Oh, idiot. Dun, 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 dun. Fireball. So, what do I need to be rolling, Dave?
Just give me 1 second, dude. You pretty much it's just damage.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, that's right.
One of the following spells. Before you roll, mate, move yourself into position.
Yeah, because I thought you'd need to be a bit further over here to be able to hit it, Ted.
Oh, is this because of the shit in the way?
Well, yeah,
But
if you
it's-
think you've got it on the front of its face there.
Ah, right. Okay, I get you. Hang on, I've got some elf bollocks, haven't I? That should possibly help me be undetected, I'd have thought. Oh, the way, no, fuck it, we'll deal with that later.
You know what I mean? Right, what's happening? What's going down? Apart from Conehead's mouth. Oh.
Is that far enough?
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah. You happy with that, Dave, or are you wanting me to go further?
No, that's what you can throw it from wherever you want. So you can see this hooded figure. It's I forget which kind of. I think this is the statue that looks as if it's casting a spell. The cowl drawn down, but it's just the face is in magical darkness. So you launch the fireball, and you were sort of sneaky, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you roll your stealth then, just to see how sneaky you were.
Stealth. Don't think I have much.
You do. Decent, isn't it?
Reasonable. Oh.
I decided
Oh.
to put on my metal boots.
Stomp about!
I don't think druids were allowed to have metal boots.
Okay.
This is why.
So roll your damage.
There's something in there.
Do you get extra fire damage, Ted? Because you're flaming druid.
He's angry.
Right. I get my 1s turn into 2s. I can have an extra D8, but I need the goose.
Ah. So, yes,
Just
you do.
ones and
You are
twos,
better.
fine, I think.
That's
So
cool.
you've got 2 1s there, so that's another 2. So that's
25. Okay. So what does it look like? So how are we styling this? It's first use of the Staff of Fire, Ted. Come on.
Basically, I've kind of stumbled forwards, slammed it on the floor, and gone, dickhead! Boom!
So the small ball of fire erupts from the end and boom, explodes. You assume round the head of this statue. The magical darkness shimmers briefly but stays intact. The statue is engulfed with fire, but nothing else seems to happen.
Yeah.
Can Dan still sense the
Yeah,
thing
my
moving
detect
around?
magic's still going. I move back closer. Is the little thing inside still running around?
Yeah, you notice that the thing running around now isn't running around, it's staying perfectly still. Closer to the if you think of the head as a whole, because it's a large large space. It's closer to the west. It's closer to you guys.
I'm going to say to Ted, I'm going to
There,
say,
instead of you've sensed it all around, but now it's just there.
I shout up. Are you okay in there?
You hear back. Yes. Sorry.
come out.
Yeah, no, I'll be okay. Yeah, no, I'll be right down.
This is not developing how I expected.
And you hear footsteps going down the stairs.
Inside it.
Inside it, and then at the back, and I'd like to envisage this. You know how cowboys have that flap that they used to defecate out of.
Yeah. I mean, that enormous underwear that they used to wear back then.
The long johns.
Yeah.
Long Johns.
Even though they're not unique to cowboy films, I know exactly what you meant straight away.
It's not a stylish entrance that's going on here.
It's not. So this flap sort of falls down, and out of it is this very elderly gentleman, shocks of white hair, white beard, human. Yep, glasses. You what? Sorry.
Not a gnome.
No, he's actually a human. He's got this robe on with it's quite a stylized robe, as you can see. A nice collar, purple collar, gold embroidery, and there seems to be pockets all over the robe. As your detect magic is still up, the transmutation magic is coming from this robe. It's a magical robe, and he'll say, as they open, he sort of sticks his head out and said, "Oh, I'm sorry about the fireball, gentlemen. I'm ever so sorry. My name's Heinrich Stolt. I'm just a research. I'm just here for research."
Nick, could you please test to see if he's some sort of fiend or undead baddie with your paladin power?
Are you a fiend or undead baddie?
No, I'm just here to study. I'm just here to study.
No, he's clear. He's clear.
Do you think
Why were you studying throwing fireballs at us?
from inside a statue?
Me specifically, Jarek's kind of glaring at him.
Well, this is Barovia. I made the mistake of coming here on purpose several years ago, and managed to find the Amber Temple. There's so many wonders in this place.
Several years ago. What year is it?
Why would you come here on purpose?
We did.
There's not knowledge to be found. Great knowledge to be found. This temple, I've sought this temple out for many years, and when I actually found it, I've not even begun to search through all of it. I found this statue, but the things that I've seen while I've been here, it's safe to assume that if you see something, it's going to try and kill you. So I just developed the habit of trying to kill it first.
Sorry, Dave.
So you're homed up in a turret that fires fireballs.
I'm guessing he fired the fireball.
He'll say, yeah, no, the fireball came from because there's eyes, and I have the ability to see through it. Go on, Mark, you were going to say something.
Ask him if he knows anything about Xantras the Kingmaker.
Yes, Xantras the Kingmaker is one of the dark presences. I've not been able to get in, but yeah, I do.
I like to think my character are also showing that look.
I'll say to him, if I was to say to you, I've been told to accept the bargain, would that mean anything to you?
Yes, that's wonderful. I've only been able to gain access to some of the amber temples. I can show you just to the west and to the north. Let me show you.
And say, explain what the hell's
Did
going on.
Akxikas say a bargain with second level smite?
It
He's
was,
low on hit points. I'll have him.
I'm sure I've mentioned it. See, if I haven't mentioned it before, I apologise. But I'll tell everyone. I'm open. I'll be open with everyone to say this was. I've told you all. I dreamt of this temple. It was sent. It was clearly a dream from my patron, sent by my patron, and these were the things he imparted to me. The vision of this place, with that name and that phrase. I'd say if I haven't mentioned that to you,
I
before,
remember you
that's
mentioning it, but it doesn't mean you haven't.
I may not have mentioned all of it, but it was part of the same dream vision that made me aware that this place may be of interest to us.
How, before Heimlich tries to run off and lead us there, how much of the temple has he explored?
He'll say, "Oh, not much. Just the bits that are open and he'll point over to this direction, and he'll say, just through there, just through the west and to the north. There is a chamber that's open, and there's these amber columns that have these dark powers, these dark entities inside, and they can grant you power. So I've been there. I've been up the stairs. A lot of the doors are locked." They're the ones that hold the power, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to open them. There must be some cipher, some key or something that I'm missing.
If you'll help us, we'll let you off for fireballing our friend. Will you come with us?
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that gets to forgive him or not. I'm the one that
Don't worry about what he says. He's all right. His box versus is fine.
you don't get to forgive him on my behalf.
I'm going to anyway.
Whilst this conversation's going on, Dave, I'd like to telepathically get the wolf to try and stealth and come through the door and come in and stand behind him.
And can you tell, Adam, if he is a fiend or something? Because we know his cloak, his robes are there's some sort of polymorph magic. Did Dave say that you
And transmutation.
Transmutation.
I'm just nipping toilet.
Yeah.
Don't nip the toilet. It won't feel it, and you'll just hurt your fingers on the porcelain. It's like when somebody told me they need the toilet. It's like, well, that was just stupid. That's just going to hurt your knee.
No, I've not got really anything that will help him knowing what he is. So,
I thought paladins could do that as a thing.
I'm not paladin.
The reason I've not been doing it, Mark, is on the play test. It uses up an entire channel divinity instead of its own pool.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Quite
that's a once per long rest affair, isn't it? The channel divinity.
Well, it comes back, but yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I totally understand.
I also don't get the feeling he is devilish. He's a wizard with a magic cloak.
Yeah, I think so.
This isn't a surprise.
I would say, unless he starts to do anything that convinces otherwise. My biggest concern here is accepting dark packs from stuff for power. Does that not always just come with a great deal of risk? I mean,
well, it came from Yogg Thoth, my patron
yeah,
deity. He's everything. So I'm not going to lie and say he's not dark and evil, but he's also good and holy. And the vision felt, I can assure you, the vision felt like it was assistance. For some reason, my patron, who I have no understanding of whatsoever, and I'm quite happy that way, but for some reason, he seems to want us to succeed in our activities here. So I believe, I mean, I can't force it upon you, but I believe that there's something that can aid us in this temple. The last thing, just to give you an idea, the other vision he gave me led to this staff. Obviously, I brandished
I accept that, but there's no way I will be accepting any dark gifts.
You won't have to. So if it comes down to it, it'll be me. But
Yeah.
I say, just so you know, as a priest, as a holy man, Yogg Thoth is everything and nothing. So he's the most neutral.
Yeah, I mean, Jarek won't. He would also counsel everybody, including Akxikas, against it, but understands that it's his own choice.
Well, it's a bit late for me, but I'm convinced. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. Never lied to you. But I believe that there's something within this place, and we've come to this place based on this dream that told me about the bargain. If it's got to be made by one of us, I'll take the risk. Obviously, I mean, because I believe that that for whatever his reasons are, Yogg-Sothoth wants us to succeed. I'm happy to take the risk and make sure none of you, especially yours with your own patron deities, don't need to do anything against your religions. Obviously, I know how important that is. Let's just go with it. See if Jeff over there can help us. And if it's anything remotely as powerful as this staff, it'll be massively useful in what we've got to do.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm more than happy to go in that direction if that's what's been explored. As long as we're with Heinrich, he'll take us to areas where he's.
Well, as long as everybody else agrees, I've got you on side because you would be the hardest to convince.
Yeah,
If everybody else is on side, let's go with that. We'll ask the little fellow to lead on.
One other question with Heinrich is has he seen anything else in here aggressive or dangerous that he's come across that we should be aware of?
Okay, so as you ask him this question, you become aware of was it Flesh, the direwolf, is approaching, and he's being very incredibly stealthy as he on his pads round this side. As you ask Heinrich the question, he'll say, "Yeah," and you can see that he's looking over his shoulder, and he spots Flesh as soon as he from quite some distance away, and he'll say, "Is this? Do we need to?"
He's one of us. Don't worry. How did you see him?
Oh,
we can't see him.
I never saw him. How did you see him?
And he has spotted him before you guys. I mean, Nick would know where he is, but it was perhaps Rokkr that clocks him first because Rocker's got decent, probably the best ability to see in the dark out of all of you.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, he's a wolf. I've just spotted him." And he says, "Well, to answer." Sorry, mate.
But he's invisible.
Roll deception.
I like what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just saying things.
Yeah, but I'm liking the way it's going.
I giggle when I say it.
Yeah. No, he sort of. Yeah, good one. No, but it's, as long as we don't have to deal with that. No, there are golems. There are amber golems. Large sort of. I mean, if you've ever heard of sort of stone golems before, these are made of amber, but similar.
Just confirm you said golem's not a amber golem.
Well, no, there's. I think I've seen. Well, I've heard the movement of large creatures, and he points to this door here. I've heard movement through there, and I've seen one on the floor above. There are at least two golems that I'm aware of. There, would you believe there were some witches that came in, and they're just over there. They came in not long ago, actually.
Didn't think to went through that till now.
Well, they ran past. I did try to fireball those as well, but I kind of missed. I'm afraid they flew in on brooms, and they were too fast for me to actually catch. Anything else dangerous? Not that. Oh, there are. I've felt the presence of sort of ghosts and spectres and poltergeists and things. And if I remember correctly, there are to the north through here and to the north. There's a pack of Nothics in the room.
What? Sorry, English.
Just dead wizard creatures, big eyes.
All
fours, and the flame skulls, of course. But I believe if I heard correctly, the ones above you managed you took care of those for me.
Yeah.
Is
there more of those?
So
water.
I haven't seen any more.
Oh, thank you.
Without having a 40-foot statue to hide in, how capable are you? And are you wanting to try and investigate more of this temple?
To sort of in demonstration, he's gonna cast prestidigitation and sort of sparks and flowers and I know a few magics, but not more. I'm a researcher. I have enough to research already for a little while. But if you uncover anything else, I would be on board. But I'm not the adventurous type.
Oh,
So, do we
neither
think
are we, but
Yeah.
do we think we need to deal with the witches before we go and explore stuff? Just being as we know there's witches that have gone that way, and he says not long ago.
Yeah. They certainly haven't come out unless
I'd
they've found
rather
another way.
avoid combat for a while if possible. I'm not very well. I'm nearly.
Yeah, but you shouldn't get within poking range anyway. You'll be fine.
just
To be
stop
honest,
picking stuff
if
up.
you want to, you need to drop to 0 anyway, because that's when I'll do it.
Yeah.
I might enjoy being poked. How do you know? I don't actually, but I might do. Yeah. Some people do.
So,
Being prodded
witches or watch Mark get murdered by dark powers.
like
I mean, both sound fun. Out of game, so we might not be either direction.
For the Rokkr. Passion fruit pale ale.
Any
Free
notes?
I will also mention to Wizard. What's with the magic cloak, by the way?
Oh, my robes, my I forgot what they're called. Oh, my robe of useful items. So it's very good. Each pocket contains a different item that I can summon up. There aren't many pockets left, but it's my pride and joy.
I once had in another game, obviously not this one, a robe of useless items, and one of the things you got, I don't know if I used all of it, but one of the things I got was a solid lead canoe, which I was
So,
made
like
up with.
Presto's hat. If we like manufacture a nice little helmet to wear that makes you feel safer, would you want to come adventuring with us?
Where is he getting a helmet from?
I don't know. We'll make it
Getting
out of the
one of
ladder
these
that Dan
passion
found.
fruit flavoured beauties.
Right. So are we going left for Mark or right for witches?
I'm
want
wanting
to
to
go
try
for
and talk
witches.
the small man into coming with us.
I think he's willing to follow us. He was willing to follow us to Mark's thing because he wanted to show us that direction.
Okay. I must have missed that bit.
Yeah, he said he'd show us because he was trying to go that way the moment Mark mentioned it until I stopped him to ask about where he'd been and stuff. He was trying to head off instantly. It probably won't follow us to go to other stuff, but all we do is we bring any fight to this room. We just drag them back here and he'll get involved.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's like, stick your head in, run away!
Open fire!
It's like, maybe risk a
Well,
fireball.
I would say, obviously, it's Rocker's neck on the line, but as he's... I mean, how much light is there in this? Is a really dark temple, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
pitch
Rocker's
black.
Going to be visible. It's going to
It's
be
entirely your
actually
choice, Caleb. But is it worth you poking your head around the corner to see if the witches are imminently close? If they are, they might need dealing with. If they're nowhere to be seen, we can go the other way. I just don't like the idea of casters have gone that direction and are on the floor with us somewhere and we don't know where they are.
Yeah. So where am I?
He said they were through here.
Right. Okay. So I'll creep sort of slowly in this direction.
Sure. Roll your stealth with advantage then, Jim.
Should have had a Rita Fairclough when I was in there.
Rita Fairclough.
Rita Fairclough.
It's not even a point guessing. It gets progressively more erratic. I mean, you can maybe guess the first one of the night, but that's about it.
17. Okay. I'm going to take control of Rokkr for a second from you then, Jim. The corridor opens out to the east. As I'm guessing you're going to be sort of sticking to the wall and you go steadily round. You start to see rubble that has crumbled down here. And as you look round this corner, you can see the wall has collapsed, totally collapsed. And you can start to pick up traces of noise from here. And you can now hear sort of whispered conversations coming from this direction. And as you get closer with your 17 stealth check, you get to a set of doors here, and stood in front of those doors, you can see 3 figures, dressed in
Obviously, it's
rotten,
3.
mouldy robes, each one holding a broomstick.
That middle one looks horrific.
2 of them are trying to get into the door, and the other one is listening out in your direction. But with your enhanced abilities to do what you do, they don't notice you.
Like a prime fireball size.
I'll do that sort of
Can-
like slowly walk, step back, like,
Yeah.
and then go
okay.
and inform the others of my discoveries.
Do they? So I will ask. Do they look friendly?
No. So of note, Jim. So you've got there was a single door to the south, and there's 1, 2, 3 doors also to the east, and the 3 witches were down there. They do not look friendly, and they also look like they're trying to disguise their voices now. 2 of them are trying to break into this door, not having much success, and the other one is keeping guard.
I can stand on the corner, fire an arrow, like we said.
It's
can,
entirely my choice. I want to do a parting shot.
Sort of tag them and bring them into the room. But first of all, I'll just inform you all what's happening, and then we can decide what we want to do.
So do we
As
want
they're
to
in the shared space.
do we want to deal with them before we do other stuff?
I suggest we let them open that door for us and come back later.
Yeah, because you want them getting dark pact powers if that's all that is in this place.
That's also true.
Just on a tangent, has everyone actually clicked onto like Flesh's character?
No.
Oh, it looks.
Because it's
looks
a
quite
wolf
scary.
that's got
Yeah.
no muzzle, but apparently it's also wearing lipstick.
Yeah.
Don't let him kiss you.
Watching this fella Count Dankula on YouTube, and he does the things on Celtic myths, and the most hideous thing I've ever heard of is a thing called a knucklevi, which is
A horse thing.
it's a horse thing, but it's like skinned. It's got no skin. It's got one big eye, and growing out of its back is the torso of a man, also skinned, with a massive head, huge clawed arms, and the head always lolls like.
And you can't kill the things, can you? They just constantly come back.
Oh, it's just like, yeah, I would poo if I saw one of those. I would properly poo. Sorry, anyway, that's irrelevant.
No, it's an exceptionally fucked up centaur.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, murder the witches, then carry on, or what?
Yeah.
Well, I say murder the witches. We should be able to deal with them by now. We've dealt with
It's a witch. Can we burn it?
You see, I'm just here thinking, are witches on the same par with hags or not? Because last time we fought hags as a 3, we had some decent backup.
Oh yeah, we did.
Well,
I'm
the
not-
fact
yeah.
that
We've got a
I
wizard.
know this is a bit meta, but the fact that he said Barovian witch when I hovered my mouse over it suggests it's not a hag. Because I'd be pooing myself if we got.
That's
no,
a bit more than a little bit meta.
Yeah, I still think the witches
It was
will be.
information that was made available to me by the Dungeon Master.
What'd you say, Ted?
I think the witches will still be a bit tasty, but let's go for it. Let's do them.
Yeah, I'm not keen on aggressive enemies in an area that I'm exploring, unless we keep
same
someone
here.
watching them at all times.
There we go
But the
then.
last thing we want is us to get fucked up in a fight, do a short rest, and they rock up during our short rest.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go deal with the witches, and then we'll work out what we're doing.
I'll
Shall
take
we
my metal boots
suggest
off.
to our reman that he goes back in his stone?
Well, we'll make it clear what we're doing. It's his choice then.
Yeah, yeah. And are you okay for me to tag them and then run back in? Or
I'm happy for you to murder the whole lot of them.
He needs to know. He needs to know not to fucking fireball us again, though.
I would. Yeah, that's probably a good idea actually. If we all stand essentially here, Rokkr takes the opening shot and butchers them, and wait till they come round at us.
And then Fireball King, Fireball stuff.
Yeah, because Rokkr
So-
will fall back after he's attacked by miles.
Tactics.
yeah, I can run back into the other temple if you want me
We
to.
can all be hiding out. We can all hide down here.
We've got 3 witches. Our fighting is going to be different because I imagine there's a lot of counter spells for our big guns. However, the guy in the tower having darkness can't be counterspelled. So that's a benefit we've got there, because they can't see him, they can't counterspell him. But I imagine,
Let's
seeing
all
as,
go up there. I'm going to go
seeing as
join him.
Jarek,
Plus, we can
Moving
get-
around, there must be
Esther, and
room.
Akxikas are all casters.
So they have
There's
no
a
idea
chance
we're
that
here.
most of your things get nullified.
So if we just go very slowly and immensely quietly, so slowly we don't have to make stealth rolls, and just wait.
That's not how it works.
I mean, imagine the surprise. They come around the corner, they get a fireball from the statue and go, that was a bit weird. And then another fireball comes out.
Well, we could go that route if we
You
all.
can't see through
stand
the
here.
darkness, can you?
I'm going to move that.
If we all
Being
stand
behind the statue is a fucking good idea.
behind the statue, behind the statue,
I'm going to go in the statue, I think.
yeah, behind the statue in the statue, melee contingent here. Rokkr fires, hopefully draws them round, and then we've got from all directions.
Yeah, liking it a lot. Just
Let
before
me.
combat, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just before because we're initiating this, aren't we? Safe to say.
Yes.
So just before we initiate combat, I'm going to cast a level 3 Armor of Agthis on myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
You remember that because we're getting close to the end of the session, so that'll carry on till the next session as well, won't it?
It's an hour.
Yeah.
I doubt it'll last that long.
Okay. So Heinrich, when you mentioned the plan, he's looking at it. And
We
he's
told him to hide in his hole.
yeah. So he goes up. Fester's going to follow. So I've made the inside of the statue available to you. The problem that Fester is going to have is you cannot, as soon as you enter, you go up the spiral staircase, no problem. As soon as you enter the magical darkness, it's pitch black darkness. You cannot see your hands in front of your face. You cannot see out of the magical darkness.
Random fireballs, guys. Check your corners.
Suddenly feeling this plan's a bad plan.
However, that not going to happen because it's a place you can see your fireball.
So everyone in position.
Yeah,
I'll be
should-
walking back out then. I
Yeah,
guess.
I was going to be by this alcove,
Rumbling on the way.
if we use this word, and to try and hide the sunlight, I was going to kind of hold my sword into the alcove so that it's kind of
Turn it off.
casting shadow. And
Turn it
so
off.
Or just
if I turn it off, I then
no
need to use a bonus action to turn it back on.
Yeah, but even if you hide it in there, there's still going to be light shining across here that they're going to see as they come around the corner.
I'll also block it with. I'll stand with it like that.
You're going to make a
on the
shadow.
wall,
That's how light works.
But this
and,
might be too
and
cold.
I'll
Hold it behind
minimise
your
it.
back.
I'll
Don't
minimise it to
notice.
10. Yeah, to
Just
10
before we
10
kick
feet
off,
of each way.
Does anyone want? I mean, this might be a bit superfluous, but I was thinking if we start getting our asses kicked, I could, if we just wait 10 minutes, I can put a Lehman's tiny hut up, which could retreat in there if we're getting killed and have a short rest.
I think if we're fighting 3 witches and we're hiding in a 3rd level spell, they'd quite easily dispel that amongst them.
Yeah. We'd
Okay,
get no
fair enough.
time.
No problem. Let's do it then.
Go for it.
Okay,
Game
so
on.
position where you want to go. Akxikas at the bottom of the statue. Rokkr
Me
needs
now
to
at the
roll
bottom of the
his. Gotcha. Rokkr needs to roll his stealth a second time just to initiate.
So
Single
I'm
or advantage.
Advantage, mate. Yeah. Because you're it's still
like
in pitch blackness.
Beautiful across there, Dan.
24.
I'm bringing
Wonderful.
that down to a 20-foot radius instead of a 60-foot radius. I'm trying
Okay.
to tuck it as much in the thing as possible, which wouldn't be quite that angle. It'd be closer to 90 degrees.
Okay, let's roll initiative then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give Jim a surprise round, but Jim, you're pulling them out, so you get your round first, regardless. Let me roll initiative for everything that's here, and then we'll figure it out as we go.
Okay,
What?
get attacked by brooms.
Dave, there's
Yep.
brooms appearing as monsters.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So if anyone gets killed by a broom, that's on them.
Brooms, very flammable.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
So As
At least no one's got fireball.
sort of first anyway, will I not get to fire at them under stealth, initiate combat, and then I get the second round?
I think
Sure.
you should.
Yeah.
Because it's totally visible in this light.
Oh, so you normally still roll, you just get a free run through first, don't you?
Yeah, and I've rolled first anyway, so
You'll get 2 turns
That's a
essentially.
shock.
yeah.
Dave, flesh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that 19's included the +1, possibly not. But if it hasn't, flesh either has a 19 if that's just what he rolled, or a 20 if so he's got a
We're not
+1.
call him like Kiss Wolf now.
Cuddle Wolf. Yeah.
He's got the lipstick on, Mark.
Yeah.
He's got the lipstick on.
Flash.
He's also got a really deformed face.
This is true.
I can't actually see where he is. I can see him on the right. That 19. So
The corner,
what did
mate.
he roll, mate?
Well, it rolled a 19, but I don't know if that's assumed he's got a +1 around it, or if it's taken a wolf stats and it's actually lower. I don't know what that's going to be doing.
Yeah, well, it's put him quite far down anyway.
He's got a 19, so he shouldn't be under the 2.
Yeah, no. Right, his dex. It's a direwolf, so dex to 14. So it would have rolled at +2.
So it's actually on 18, not 19.
Okay. Right. So Rokkr rolled 20. Jarek rolled 90. Wow, Adam. Jarek rolled 19.
Am I rolling as well? Sorry, I
I
haven't yet.
never roll well on initiative on that thing. I think that's one of the best rolls I've done, and it's shite.
We'll keep him above the so flesh. Yeah. Happy with that?
I got a 6.
Oh, you did, mate. Yeah.
Flesh would probably,
Okay.
if I got to choose, he'd go after they walk around the corner, not before they walk around the corner. But
Sure. Well, you can go after the broom of animated attack if you want. Okay, let's just change that to.
As the broom flies around, are you just going to shout fetch to him?
Yeah. Nice. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward to round 2. Jim, you've got 2 goes then.
Right,
let me. Go on.
Can you position me in a place where I would see the one attempting to open the door?
There's 2, I think, opening the door.
Or there's
guarding,
2 guarding and 1 opening the door.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change it around a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit more random. These brooms of animated attack will be sort of random. And what I'll do is I'll pop the one here is the lookout. These 2 trying to open the door.
And before we roll anything, Jim was
Looks
unseen.
very
wasn't he?
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So his first attack's advantage.
Yeah.
Right, I'm tempted to go for the lookout because I'm thinking I might be able to kill the lookout in stealth.
If you can kill it silently, which you
Silently.
As you fire the first arrow, you drop stealth.
Dave, did you intentionally choose the artwork to have young, middle-aged, and old?
No, it's a happy accident.
Yeah.
Well, you know the significance of that, don't you? It's the triple goddess.
Yes.
Morrigan is one.
Yeah.
I feel that the brooms should be upset that you've not given them picture art.
Mm.
Oh, there's
Right, so I'm going to go for the lookout. I'm going to go for the lookout, thinking that because I'm in stealth anyway, does make a difference. So I'm going for the lookout.
Okay.
I am casting Hunter's Mark.
Okay, you don't need to cast it because you're still concentrating on it, so you're just transferring it on.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hunter's Mark's on.
Right. So I am attacking with advantage, did we say?
Yeah.
The first attack, yes.
What power is that, Dan?
He's unseen.
24 hits.
Yep.
Presumably.
It does.
I hope it does.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, we're all running away.
Yeah, run away!
into the tower.
Yeah.
So 10 plus D6. 12.
Okay.
Second attack.
Yeah.
30.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
That's rubbish. I hate natural 20s. That's why I never get any.
Who's
Especially
got
when they're 30.
inspiration?
Is that 2d6?
Yeah.
For the Zephyr Strike.
No,
For
Hunter's
the
Mark. Yeah.
Hunter's Mark.
It doubles
And-
all dice. The thing you do.
Third attack because it's Dread Ambush.
How would you like that one to die?
Oh, okay.
Annihilate.
Literally,
Shoulder.
its skull just gets plastered to the wall and its body just drops down.
Nice.
Interesting thing here, Dave. If that was the lookout, is he back in stealth for when he attacks a new one? Because that doesn't know he's there.
I have a horrible feeling we've overestimated this fight if he's just done that.
I didn't crit. I would have thought I've got to be in
You know
stealth because I'm.
Fair, he's fucking nails anyway,
If-
and he got a crit.
Doesn't Jim roll with advantage anyway because he's in
He's in pitch black.
darkness?
Is it
Yeah,
the-
there's that as well.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
the-
starting to think we might have wanted to actually have spoken to them.
Not by looking at their pictures.
No.
Well,
okay. Choose your next target, Jim. You can roll with advantage.
It was
Like,
non-
now
this
one of
one.
them-
This one here.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I
And
have
this is
history,
the
that's all.
third attack of the first
Yeah.
set of attacks. And it's with advantage, so we're saying 27's pretty high.
27. Is this going to... Jimmy, you've not done it for a while. Is this going to be a... Thanks for turning up, lads.
only
Combat.
That would be very nice.
I'm fine with that.
I'm
I'm
on a
not
D8.
complaining, yeah. I'll
No,
take that.
no D6. You haven't got a D6 for this one, Jim. You've got a D8.
I've got a D8. Oh.
Well, yeah, because this is your third attack of your first round. This one isn't Hunter's Mark. That one died.
Right. But it automatically comes onto this. Oh, no, I can't use a bonus.
You got it, dudes. Yeah, so just roll a D8. You've 12 so far, plus. How would you like that one to die?
Okay.
So are the brooms the thing to worry about?
No, hopefully we kill the
I'm
witches
liking
and
the
get the
theme.
brooms as a reward.
So literally like thud, thud, thud.
I want a broom.
Arrows just hit and pin the witch to the wall. And
next-
the other one just looks as I fly the next
you're not
arrow.
allowed to use the word literally because you've used it in every kill description ever.
Oh,
There you go. There's your next mission. So we now go all the way through the line. No one gets a go because that was your surprise round. Top of round 2. Oh, it's your go, Rokkr. What would you like to do?
So Hunter's Mark now does reapply because it's my next round, isn't it?
what
As
is
I
Correct.
saying, I still get advantage because I'm completely invisible.
Yes. Yes.
He's going
So
to murder the witches and then he's going to get beaten up by 3 brooms.
22
Yeah.
hits.
Bedknobs and broomstick style.
Ooh, 2 and 6.
15.
Second attack. Three hits with 13 and 1. And my third attack.
No. You only get 2 attacks outside the first round of combat.
There we go.
That was still pretty impressive.
You've still possibly killed 3 witches before their first turn.
I'm quite impressed.
And that is how you deal with counterspell.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even really need to come and report back there was witches there. You could have just killed them and report back. Yeah.
Yeah, I killed some
Yeah.
witches.
There's 3 dead witches over there, guys. I have no idea what happened.
They all appear to be dead with my arrows in them.
There's only one thing to do at a time like this. Strahd.
Yeah.
There's witches over there.
He doesn't
Oh,
run back. He
witches
just,
over there.
kind of swaggers around the corner.
Weird one.
Right, Jim. So that's the start of round 2. These brooms, these animated brooms, look as if they're going to zoom towards you. You've still got movement left?
Just
So,
get out of fireball range.
Because yeah, so I can move 40 feet. So I'm just gonna peg it. I was never there.
So, yeah, that's some good pegging. Oh, did I put Felamalad in the initiative? I didn't, did I? Let me give him. There he is. Okay, so Jarek, you see Rokkr with a big old. Oh no, he's got his cowl on, so you can't see.
Yeah, it's totally invisible.
He's not saying anything. The plan was to draw them out, so I'm just going to assume they're coming around the corner. So I'm going to hold an attack.
Sure. So anything comes near you, you're going to hit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, literally anything. First thing next week moves, I hit.
Okay, so they're kind of going to be flying after Rokkr. Yeah. I've done that thing where they've all had their go, but that's as far as they can get. In fact, they're probably going to dash, aren't they? Let me put those 2 back. So in an attempt to catch Rokkr, so that's got another movement.
I see a broom.
Yeah. And it's going to move to there. And it's basically trying to swat and move around, but it's using action to dash, so it's not actually going to do you physical damage, even though it's trying to swipe there. That takes us to flesh.
Annoy your face with some bristling.
It's going to catch the stick.
Nice. Roll.
+7 to hit. I should have. That's right. That's a natural 1. That's 2 tonight. So flesh is done.
Flesh is done. That which is dead. Let's get rid of that token. Fester, you're up.
Oh, he did well then. It's dead.
Oh no,
Really?
If the fire dude up, he's not going to be able to help with the flammable things. Oh.
No, Ted, I got a natural 1. It's not dead.
We'll be in a minute.
I didn't realise I was that high up on the fucking initiative, that's all.
You weren't. Things died.
We are fucking nails, to be fair.
No, only one person's done anything so far.
Rokkr the machine gun Orvar.
That doesn't mean that we're incapable of doing stuff. It just means we haven't had a chance. Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
check
so
it.
selfish.
You brought an AK.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you do this to a dragon?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's no chance of like taming the
witches.
You're going to go try and mount the broom.
yeah.
Roll Arcana, Ted.
Would he ask me that?
I knew. Not in the middle of a fight.
Well, talking's free.
Yeah,
it's
but
possible to be
talking free to a point. You've only got 7 seconds.
You're not sure. These look like they're kind of homemade brooms. You're not sure though. You're not sure.
Well,
I suspect not, but that's got no bearing in anything. I just suspect. So.
I'm going on the assumption that if the stone balcony couldn't take my weight, the broom won't.
I kind of like the idea of having a broom, though.
I like the idea of you having a broom.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Fester going to do then, Ted?
Mount it, mount it, mount it.
Something fire related.
Just light it as kindling.
Can I walk up to it try and mount it and then possibly cast a spell if I can't?
Yeah, of course you can. Trying to mount it would
I'll
be
given the whole, like approaching a
You
wild
still have a
horse.
bonus action, though, wouldn't you?
Ooh,
Still have a
whoa,
bonus
whoa,
action.
whoa.
If we were in a
Steady
brothel,
here.
mounting would be an action.
yeah.
Come on now, big fella.
What it's actually trying to do
Yeah.
is put Rokkr into the earth, and it's swatting, and Rocker's just moving to the side, swat. So it's move action, and you'd have a
Trying to
bonus action left.
Slowly up to it, like
Grab it.
whispering as I can, trying to soothe its temperament.
Right, I'll give you another Arcana check just to see if you can tap into its hoodoo voodoo. You don't know. Your first Arcana check was to see if you know you can tame it. Your second Arcana check is to see if you can tap into its hoodoo voodoo to get it to calm down. On an 18, this thing is not going to calm down, so you're pretty sure. Yeah, sorry, dude.
I wanted a broom.
You know what this calls for.
It was worth
I
it.
take this as a good thing because it means it was probably going to hurt you if you tried to mount it.
Well, yes,
There's
probably
specific
so.
rules for people trying to mount it.
So it must happen a lot.
Just
Oh, okay, but no, we'll just have some burning hands instead then.
Yeah,
Sure.
why the fuck not?
It's. I'll read it for you because it's fun. Reaction, animated attack. If the broom is motionless, well, I'd have amended that. So it's a dexterity check versus the creature's strength check. If the broom wins the contest, it flies out of the creature's grasp and makes a melee attack with advantage on the attack roll.
eat you on the way out.
So it twats you.
It's like grab it, smack.
I'm going for a wee.
All right, Mark.
So just a level 1 burning hands. Seeing as I am that close, so I'm guessing it's just rolled damage.
Have you not moved yourself?
You're quite far away from burning hands, mate.
I thought I had moved.
You
That's
have not.
me approaching it.
You described you move. You didn't actually do it.
Yes.
Yeah, but it would be damage and a dex save, I think, for
If we
the
were playing
broom.
Theatre Crime, you were right next to it.
Yeah.
This thing is pretty quick, and it's rolled 20 for its dex save, so it's going to take half damage from your room.
Oh, it has rolled its shit already, has it?
Yeah. I'd like to think at that range as well that Rokkr gets a little bit of a suntan from it in the shape of a broom.
Oh yeah, it's a cone, isn't it? Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I've said it now. Fuck it. You're getting some singed hair there, Rokkr.
Yeah, it doesn't hit him. You can. If you step back one, it definitely doesn't hit him, but you can move forwards one afterwards. So
So that's
fine.
11.
Okay, so far making the save. Okay, which takes us to another broom who's going to move 100 feet. This one is also. Wait a minute, let me just pan back so we get. Is just flying towards Rokkr. Nik.
Can I move through Jarek, or do I have to go around?
No, you're fine, mate. Yeah, that's. Excuse me.
On the way.
20, 25, 30. Does that get me to the broom?
No.
So I would instead go to there and fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at the damaged one.
Sure.
Eldritch Blast! Eldritch Blast! Do they both hit?
Yes.
Cool.
They're going to smash it to fuck.
Could be
7
not completely
damage.
smash them
7
to fuck, 'cause
damage.
I still
And
want
then-
Not quite enough. Anything else from you, dude?
It's not holding anything, but I want to hope the one's going to fly past me so I can just chop it in half as it goes past. That's what I'm hoping
We
happens. It's probably
ascertain if
unlikely.
they're-
to.
Sorry.
Oh, because you get a reaction. Yes, of course.
I just want to be stood in the way and hope it goes past me.
Yeah. Akxikas, Mark your turn.
Have we ascertained if they were vulnerable to fire or anything?
No, they didn't seem to be burning more than
So it was
normal.
just like normal, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. Okay. I'll move out first to about here.
Yep.
Okay, I could only see one. Is there only one left?
No, there are two, mate. There. Let me just give them
right,
a.
okay. I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to cast because I'll have to cast it as a spell because it's ages ago. I'm going to hex that one.
Sure.
Then I'm going to Eldritch Blast one on each.
Well, you can do one at a time, Mark, if you want.
Okay. I will do it just to be safe because that one might not die.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, because you get the ability for Eldritch Blast at level 5, and a fighter can choose to hit two things separately. So as far as I'm concerned, you can choose your Eldritch Blast target separately.
Thank you very much. Right then, we are going to roll to see if I actually hit the fucker. So number 1, this is on the wounded one.
Yep. The wounded
That's
one without the
damage.
hex. Yep.
Yes. Sorry, ignore that.
Yep.
Oh God. 13.
13 misses. No, these things are fast, and it just dodges out the way.
Okay, well in that case, I'll leave that. It's nearly dead. Somebody else could finish it. I'll still fire my second one off at the hexed one.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh. That's 2d6 for your hex as well.
Wicked. So damage for the actual Eldritch Blast. 16. Do I need to roll it, Dave?
No.
No.
Well, you no, but yeah, yeah. How does that one?
I visited that because it's a sort of like a black beam, so I could imagine hitting it sort of directly on the front and literally splitting it in two.
Nice.
Just drops to the floor, useless.
Useless cleaning implement.
Right. So.
And that's all my actions.
So that's your what's it attack? Nik.
Booming blade.
Okay, sure.
23.
23, and it's moving past you as well.
Yeah. Are they undead?
No.
Okay.
Think construct. Let me just double check. Yeah, construct.
I'd guess construct.
Yeah.
This is the booming blade.
Yeah.
Technically.
Why is it rolled another
it's
20
not
then?
A living tree.
I'll take the 1 from that. For some reason, it rolled a 20 as well. So I'm at 15. Did that kill it?
No.
Oh, it did. Okay. No, it didn't.
No.
As it flies off, it's presumably going to shatter as it flies off and takes 9 more.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Casimir, let's finish this off then. So it's on. He, you know what? He's going to take a bit of a risk. He's going to try and firebolt it.
Baking powder.
Save his resources. He's rolled 14, 21 to hit. Does hit. He needs 7 to kill it. 12.
Killed it.
Casimir's coming up trumps, isn't he?
He is. Fair play to him.
Okay, so you hear from the top. You hear, wonderful, wow. Oh, this, well done. So we're kind of getting close to 10:30 now, chaps. Is that after a combat a reasonable point to leave it?
I'm fine either way, whether we wanted to sacrifice Mark to his dark guard or not.
No, not today.
What I'll tell you is I'll give you an overview of the floor then. So these 3. Hold up. I've just gone on to play. These 2 doors here look slightly different, as if they're not part of the. They're not ornate. There's no lock on them. That's locked. That's locked. There's now nothing on this floor. This door's locked here. There's nothing in this area that's going to be of a threat to you. Heinrich will tell you this. So I'm just going to take. In fact, I'll take Rokkr's token and just map this floor out for you. I'm not going to give you any more in that direction until you tell me you're going to move there.
That purely depends on how much time people want to put in tonight.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I've got a bit more in me.
Yes or no, Mark?
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
it's all right. I should be all
Emma?
right. I've got anxiety, so I'm
This
not
much beer
trying.
left.
So we've got another half hour at least.
Makes sense. To be fair, I'm so glad we got free beer. 'Cause I haven't drank any alcohol since January. But the best cure for anxiety is alcohol. In fact, I got.
Not in my experience. But yeah.
It kills it dead. Only trouble is, it's obviously not good for you in its own right. But
Yeah. Okay. So now there's just this ghostly silence again. Nick's got his sword out, so there's a little bit of light being cast. You can see these statue of hooded figures. You've got locked doors.
Did the witches have anything tasty on them?
No, nothing at all.
Good
They
night.
had the occasional frog's leg, maybe some roots, some herbs that have got.
Always
You
have
what,
eye of newt. They always have eye of newt.
Yeah,
I'll
they've got
just be
one of
on
them's
my
got a
knees,
badger's foot.
cradling like
What?
the ends of brooms, going no.
I could have juggled the witches
badger's foot.
because they all weigh the same as a duck. So therefore, I'm going to juggle them.
There's a badger's foot if you want that, Ted.
Yes, always.
A
Yeah,
frozen
wait, no.
badger's arse.
Are they just as lucky as rabbit's feet, or?
They're more potent.
I'd definitely put my money on a badger if it was fighting a rabbit.
It wasn't lucky for the badger.
What colour is your sword, Dan? Just to get the image right. What blade colour
Racist.
are you? Are you a
blue.
Kenobi or are you a?
It's blue, but if you piss me off, it'll go red.
It's a mood sword.
Yeah. To be honest, looking at the sentient part of it, it really is a mood sword.
Yeah.
We need
Right.
to get
So,
Rokkr
Oh,
on,
actually, it's a sentient sword. I
If
asked
we've
the
still
sword,
got
how
the-
did it find that?
if
so
we've
do we-
got the time, then are we going to go ask the
Yeah,
fellow who said he was going to show us to
he
the?
was showing us the bit that's open. So we do want to investigate that so we know what we're dealing with for probably next time.
Is everyone
But
cool with
we've
that?
we've got two doors near us that are.
They are, but they're
Yeah, but opening doors leads on to another bit in
Yeah,
the current situation.
Yeah, if the door's
Same as
locked, at
Adam
least.
says, we don't want anything turning
very
up behind
the
us.
way the doors open, didn't he, Dave?
Sorry.
Heinrich said the other way the door was already open in the other side that he's been into.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only one he's found that's open. But
He's not
he's
looked very well then if he's not tried these because you said these don't look locked, do they?
no. He'll sort of say, well, there's nothing of any significance in them. But there is sort of in the one to the north. There's this large sort of statue thing, but it didn't move. It wasn't a golem. Well, it looked like a golem, but it wasn't a golem.
So he has been in them.
Yes, but there's nothing of any import in there.
Insight?
Roll it.
I mean, I'm not the one to be doing this, but no one said it, so insight.
Yeah, I mean, I was pulling faces. I suppose that doesn't help.
Yeah, he just seems like for the best part, a bumbling old fella.
So we'll look at it. We'll
Can
look
I
into
just go? Are you sure? Because you sound like you're trying to trick us, and you've been a bit special already because you fireballed my mate. So, is there anything in them?
You can have one more insight roll. That's fancy, Jim.
Mine does
Yeah,
that, but I don't know.
with a 21 insight, he looks and sounds like a bumbling old fella.
Well, I'm just going to boop his nose.
He thinks it's hilarious.
He will do.
Okay, so where to?
Let him lead the way.
So he'll go down the stairs. He'll get to this point here, and he'll say, "I did mention the Nothics, didn't I?" And he looks a little bit nervous. He says, "Listen, I'm no fighter. Just so you know, there are to the north," and he's pointing towards this door. There's a door open, and there are. I forgot how many. There are four of those Nothic creatures inside. You'll see them and hear them. That you will have to clear them out. I'm going to be no use to you. I'll stay here if that's all right.
I thought he said he went into this.
No, he saw into the room.
Right. Okay.
As he's saying that, and I get the feeling he's about to turn around, if we're walking towards it, I kind of put my arm around his shoulders and we walk with him.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna say,
sure.
You say you're no use to us, but you've got the joy of a fireball.
Oh, yes, but I don't like using it as just in self-defense. The creatures in there, I know they're there. They're not going to do me any harm. I've left them alone. They've left me alone. I just don't.
But he's not been seen by them.
No, they've not.
I might do my creepy
Scout it.
tactic. Yeah.
Unleash the lunatic.
Okay.
He's saying you're going to do something creepy. That has other connotations, I feel.
I can see the door that's open.
Yeah, I'm going to take control of your token again for a second, Jim. Do you want to roll your stealth?
Yes.
With advantage again, as usual.
Let's stick with
26. Okay, so as you start to emerge, your heightened sense of awareness is telling you the stairs going up here. You're pretty confident you know that the set of stairs that you discovered on the stairs above. There are 2 doors. Well, there's 3 in total. These 2 also look like nondescript doors. This one is an amber door that you would know that the temple is kind of famous for now. This door is slightly ajar. As you move closer, doing your whole stealthy thing, I'm just going to... You see, as I'm mapping it, it's giving you those little angles. And with your 26 roll, I'm going to take you sort of as close as there. Let me just double check. I'm sure this is the right one. Yeah. This room has amber glazed walls and a floor of polished black marble. 2 amber sarcophagi stand in alcoves to the west and east. A third sarcophagus that once stood in the north alcove lies shattered on the floor. Cluttered in the middle of the room are 4 loathsome, haunched creatures. Each one has a single large, baleful eye. So if you'll just let me colour the pattern in a little bit more. I don't want to put you in there exactly. So these 2 large sarcophagus, they are massive amber monolith type things that rise up there, 8 feet tall, sort of 3 feet wide, and inside, and Rokkr would spot this from this distance. As you're having a recce, you spot the creatures inside, and they're sort of occasionally hopping around, not paying any attention to you. They can't see you. But inside this amber sarcophagus, there's very much, and it looks like a slither of blackness that then shimmers and moves to another slither of blackness. So you've got basically the eye of Sauron inside, but it's sort of slithering and moving as if there's something inside.
Nice.
Okay, so my initial thought was to just let rain fire on them, but now I've seen that, I definitely need to go and sort of report this back, and then mention about the eye thing out of earshot of Helmrich first, just so I'm not repeating something that might be you know, that he either gets either really excited about or gets really scared about.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, Jim, as you come back round and you sort of go into the huddle, Heinrich, he becomes quite animated, and he'll say directly to Rokkr, he'll say, "Did you see the essences? Did you see them inside the?" So he already knows about them.
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I'll be straight and go. Perhaps I won't be as direct. I won't lie, but I'll say, yes, I believe I saw something that, like you were describing, and then if I get the opportunity to then, well, let's see how it develops. Depending on what he says, I might talk about it further.
Yeah. Because he'll say, "Well, that's what I'm here to study. If you can let me into those, I'm most appreciative."
Okay, so everybody else is aware of our conversation. So yeah.
At this point, Casimir sort of chips in and he say, "Yeah, but I believe this is why I'm here as well. This is the power I seek. I seek the power to resurrect my long dead sister, and I think the power resides in these amber sarcophagus. And from what Akxikas has said, I'm going to have to accept. I'm going to have to accept a bargain from whatever entity is inside these things, but I need to find the right one to be able to achieve what I want to do."
So does that mean there's likely to be quite a lot of these here, or at least more? Well,
if you're having that if you're having that conversation between, because Casimir is quite happy talking, Heinrich will stay. You will say, "Yeah, I believe so. I believe they're all behind the doors, but I don't know the cipher. I don't know the secret."
We potentially think we had to try and potentially behind every amber door is some of these.
That's what
potentially. Wow. Okay. So really, what we've got to do is clear the little miniony things out and investigate these, and then we see what happens. I imagine. So I'm staying out of the room whenever it goes off. But
at this point, if we're going into all these rooms, I'll put my hand on. What did we say his name was? Heinrich on his shoulders and look into his eyes and say, "If we're to clear all of these, we're going to need your help." And Rory used it very well. So the background for the haunted one says, "Those who look into your eyes can see that you faced unimaginable horror, and you are no stranger to darkness. Though they might fear you, commoners will extend you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you. Unless you've shown yourself to be a danger to them, they will even take up arms to fight alongside you should you find yourself facing an enemy alone." It does say commoners, but whether that's also going to...
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
I remember Rory doing that. I can't remember what the hell he did it on in my campaign.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I'd quite like an extra fireball running around because that's what we need, 4 of them.
That would be good.
We are going to burn this temple down if we're not careful.
22.
Okay. He'll sort of say, I did used to be a little bit adventurous. So just this once. Right. And now that you've sort of persuaded him, he's right, what's the plan? What can I do? What do you want me to do? And he'll tell you, I can throw balls of fire. I can throw individual shots of fire. I can
call you Fester 2.
Well, do we want to engage these Nothics tonight and deal with them? I don't know how dangerous they are, but
Well, I think
my concentration plans dropped dramatically due to.
I say that.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Yeah.
Out of character, I very much know what they're about.
Yeah. Okay, so
does Rokkr know any information on these characters that would be serviceable?
Yeah.
On the Nothics.
Yeah.
Yeah, between Heinrich, you guys, possibly Akxikas, and not necessarily Rokkr. These aren't necessarily Van Richten-y type creatures. These are more sort of aberrations. So it was more Akxikas. Heinrich would be able to tell you that they don't have any particular special resistances or immunities. You can go at them. They do have a gaze from their eyes if they're particularly annoyed. Their gaze is to be stayed away from. But that's relatively short range. Other than that, they just use claws to attack. So
when you say particularly annoyed, does that mean they're not naturally aggressive?
It depends on the situation. Heinrich has been close. He'll say, "I've been close enough for them to." Well, I saw them. I'm not sure if they saw me, but I know they stopped clicking all of a sudden. But I made off, and they didn't follow me, so I'm not sure. But so we'll pause the session there,
They're in.
and we'll pick it up with your plan next time.